So today I wanted to speak about man and man's ability to receive pleasure, receive love, really fully receive intimacy. So receiving is a really vulnerable topic for both men and women. But I'm going to mostly speak about men, but this video can be watched by both men and women. So there will be some information for women, how to open their man towards being more prone to receiving. And so I'm speaking from my own experience, my own romantic relationship, and also what my clients have been sharing with me. And so there are two types of men that I could pick here. One is the type of men that take pleasure, and that is also coming from a place of control, place of lack, place of scarcity. And they would take it. And some part of them actually, somewhere deep inside, does not fully believe that they deserve to receive pleasure or love or intimacy. Another part of men, and these are types of men that I predominantly attract in my life, these are the men who are generous givers, who pour into me their love and their energy 100% without asking anything in return, not wanting anything in return. And that is also a part of them controlling the whole intimacy situation, and part of them is not feeling it deeply that they deserve this love and adoration and reverence. And so how to really break through that, right? Also, with that receivership part, there is a layer of, there's a nice guy or pleaser guy, kind of characteristics. There's boundaries that are kind of like shaky and really weak. And also, there is a part that doesn't know how to ask for what you want, right? And it has a lot to do with that for women too. And for men, it's probably really like it's harder because the man's brain, main psychology is built a little bit different. Because men also, while giving pleasure, are receiving so much as from women, seeing and feeling your woman in ecstasy and bliss and orgasmicness. It's like it's such a big turn on for a man. That's natural for a lot of men. However, if a man is going to keep pouring into a woman and not receiving anything back in return, there is no reciprocity. There will eventually be drainage in his system, because the energy needs to always flow through giving and receiving, and then giving back and him receiving too. So I have an example. I used to date this guy. It was many years ago, and he would give me pleasure would be so generous, and then I would want naturally to give back to him, honor his cock with my mouth, and I'm delighted to do it, and he would not let me. He would not let me. He's like, I'm okay. I'm totally cool. I'm feeling good. I'm satisfied. I'm like, oh, okay. So I wouldn't. And so if a man does it all the time, naturally there's like no desire for women to give back. At least that's how it was for me. It was like, okay, he's okay. So there's like some sort of energy, some sort of circuitry that is turned off, and in time it will probably turn off completely. So the things to do for both partners in this case. So if you are a man listening to this and what I'm speaking about resonates, that you've been on a giving side for a really long time and you kind of feel like your partner wasn't paying attention to you, or you probably were in this energy where you would not want her to give you. Notice that part of yourself. Acknowledge that part of yourself. Sit with that part of yourself and maybe feel sadness and grieve over that's how it's been for you for a very long time. And then take your journal and write down all the things that you would enjoy receiving for yourself. Whatever that might be. Maybe it's a massage, maybe it's a spa, a date in a spa, maybe it's surfing, I don't know, whatever it is you would love doing for yourself. And if you're a single man, go ahead and do all these things for you, yourself. And if you are in partnership, have a conversation with your partner, a vulnerable conversation with your partner. Not in a way where you're coming to her and say, hey, I want blowjob 3 times a day. She'll be like, what is it are you talking about? That's unacceptable. So you come out vulnerably and say, hey, that's just an example. I've been thinking about this part of me that's really feels trepidation around receiving, and I would like to explore it more, and I would love if you could support me here. And so I've been thinking about it and feeling into it, and there are certain things that I'd love to receive. And I guarantee you, if your partner is really loving and cherishing and adoring you, she will be on board with that request, with that ask. Because it comes from a place of heart and comes from a place of genuine curiosity and inquiry and desire to explore that part of you. And so for women here who are in partnership and who know that their partner is always in control and always on a dominant side, offer him perhaps a full body massage, and that looks like just all about him, or offer him a cock worship. I would love to create another video about it later, but for now, what I would say about it, what cock worship is different from just a blowjob, is that it involves a ritual. It's actually you thinking through and planning through how can you as a woman give to your man from your feminine heart with devotion and reverence. Give him to his sex, adoring his sex, adoring his cock, appreciating him, his whole masculine. Because a man hugely identify with their sex, right? It's everything for them. That's where their power lives. That's where their confidence lives. And if you as a woman, his partner, pour your heart into that part of him, relating to him as divine, he might open up. He might have even a release of some sorts and a healing that would come from this. This part of him that is not believing that he deserves pleasure and to be lovable will start to trust that it's really possible. So that's that. I hope that was really helpful for you. And if you have any questions, please share in the comments below. And I will see you next week.